Thanks for having me, guys. So pretty much I was just going to share my experience on the products. About 2 months ago, I think it was, Mark came and he goes, "Man, you should try these products. They're pretty good." I was like, "Oh yeah, sounds alright." Sort of didn't talk too much about them after that, and then we get this call. He goes, "Oh, I'm going off to Vegas to learn more about these products." I was like, "Okay, that sounds a bit insane, but good on you. Good luck." Calls me up. He calls me up on the way home. "Man, listen on the flight. It's like 14-hour flight. And, it's been over in Vegas. Man, these products, you've got to get on the products. You've got to get on the products. Seriously, I haven't slept. I can't sleep. I'm going to tell everyone in Australia about these products." He's like, "Alright, calm down. Tell me what you've really been taking over there." So anyway, I agreed to meet him at my mum's cafe out at Boronia. And he would not shut up about it, and he just kept going on and on and on, and I was so sceptical at first. I said, "Mate, I get all these products for free. I'm on Swiss and all this other stuff. Why would I pay for your product?" He's like, "Shut that down straight away." He just kept going on and on and on. By the end I go, "Look, if I take these products, will you please shut up?" He said yes. That may not really happen, but anyway, yeah, I was a big believer in the philosophy he was talking about, because I'm a big believer in good health, and I believe that the diets we have these days aren't really compatible with how our bodies are meant to run, with all the preservatives and additives and everything chucked in food, the way fast food is designed to suit our lifestyles. And sort of thought, I really believe, what he's promoting here. So I said, "Look, I'll give it a go." But I said, I'm going to hold you accountable, because I'm paying for these things. They better bloody work. And he put down a few things. I said, "Look, I want you to tell me a few things that if I can find them here." He goes, I want you to tell me a few things that I'll be feeling, and I want to come back to you in a few weeks, and I better be feeling these." So he said, "Alright, you're going to have more energy." I'm like, "Great. You're going to wake up with more energy." I was like, "Even better. Because you're going to recover quicker from training, you're going to be able to train hard than you've ever trained." I was like, "Awesome." He goes, "Your fat levels will drop even lower." Alright, that's good. He goes, "Clearer skin." And he goes, "You'll have an increased libido." Alright, so pretty much got back to him on all of those with the last one. We need to have a chat later. So anyway, I started taking the stuff, and a few weeks after I started taking it, I went to Vegas pretty much went to Vegas for a much different reason than Mark. I went there, did what normal people do, I partied hard. So I put them to the ultimate test. I had some pretty big nights there, and pretty much I went with a few teammates, and they thought I was absolutely animal. I'd go out, reasonably solid nights, wake up the next day, doing 8K on the treadmill at 9:30 AM, and all my teammates were all in bed, feeling sorry for themselves. And by the third or fourth night, they just said, "Look, how the hell are you doing this?" And I told them about the supplements. I was very low-key about it, but they were like, "Alright." So gave a couple of them a try of it, and they woke up the next day feeling pretty good. So over the course, I was in America for a month and put them to the ultimate test quite a few times, and pretty much never woke up with a hangover the whole time. And so I was pretty impressed by that. And there was one time actually over there, I ran out. I thought, "Look, I've got 2 weeks over here, I'll be fine. I'll just push through till I get some more back in Australia." 4 days later, I ring Mark, "Mate, please send some of the stuff to I'm in Miami, I'm at this hotel, get some of the stuff here quick, because I'm struggling." 4 days off it, I was so flat. I was just, the whole few weeks in America was catching up to me. Sent the stuff up, box arrived, ran up to it, it was just like a junkie getting a fix. Put the super greens out, lined up, snorted it. It was good to get it back into me, and I was back flying again. So what the benefit that had on me is, while my teammates struggled, I could train as hard as I wanted to train, while still having fun at night. And came back to training. One of the motivations to train so hard, I thought I was going to Western Bulldogs, and it looked like it was going to happen, but it fell through. So my motivation was a new coach. I want to really impress him. I want to be as fit as I can be. I stay at Melbourne, new coach anyway. I want to be as fit as I can be. So trained my ass off over there. These subs allowed me to get up every day and do that, which was great. And came back, and I could tell that the coaches were a little bit like, I arrived back in Melbourne 4 days before pre-season started. We had promises it was going to be it's going to be the toughest pre-season we've ever had, and 4 weeks in, I can tell you they've lived up to that promise. And so I could tell they were looking at me a bit like, you just got back from America 4 weeks ago, we're not sure what kind of shape you're going to be in. And I was like, all right, I'll take that challenge on. And yeah, pretty much the first running day, just absolutely blitzed it. And ever since then, I've never been able to train harder or get better results in the pre-season. So it's the effect it's had on me has been pretty substantial. It's sort of been really good for my career. Well, pretty much the last 4 weeks of my career, because I've got a new coach, I have to make a really good first impression, and he's allowed me to do that. I had a lot of niggling injuries that I was carrying from last season that I was a bit worried about. Achilles problem, cracked rib from last year that was niggling around, shoulder problems, knee problems. And I was just sort of like, I don't know how I'm going to shape all this. And 3 weeks on the product, just all magically disappeared, just like magic. And I'll be honest, there's a few times I've rung up Mark and questioned what's really in these substances, because we get drug testers around in the club 3 times, every 3 weeks. I still get a little bit nervous. He swears that it's like WADA, Olympic approved, and I'm like, all right, I trust you, mate. But yeah, so the results on me have been pretty amazing. Everyone's skeptical at first. To get me on it, I was probably one of the hardest people to get on it, and because I was pretty set in my ways, and I didn't have to pay for any of my supplements, and pretty much I look back on what I was taking back then, it was just a waste of time. And in general, the good, I've got a lot of my family and friends onto it. It's just really rewarding just to see people feel so good, and people get a bit thingy about the money. I was a bit thingy about the money at first, but you start taking it for a few weeks, and you're just like, well, I'd pay any money to feel this good. You just genuinely feel amazing day in, day out. You can achieve things you can't normally achieve, because general things like you're too tired or you feel flat or whatever. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm still putting it to the ultimate test this pre-season. Slowly getting a few of my teammates on it, but at the moment I'm kind of happy getting the upper hand on them. So just the teammates I like, I'm telling them about it. Even them it's hard to sell it to, because it's hard thing to sort of convince people, because you sort of sound like you're in a cult sometimes, and especially these two boys once they get started. So I try not to talk about it too much, but I'm just really happy with the way I'm feeling, just the way I'm able to back up each and every day with the grind of pre-season, and attack every day with sort of the fullest of my energy, and that's just really satisfying and making me quite happy, to be honest. So I'd recommend anyone to try it, just so you feel good, pretty much. So yeah, that's my little testimonial. So I'm still putting it to the test, but I'm very proud. I've known Mark, one of the reasons I tried it, I've known Mark since high school, since year 10, and I trust him a lot. So I know he's a guy with very high integrity, and I know Dave is too. So I think the company in these boys' hands, it's in very good hands. And so one thing I can say about these guys is that it's going in the right direction, and you can trust them. And that's what I did, and I'm glad I did now. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy the night, and I hope you all get something out of it. Thanks, guys.